Let's do it. Number one, we're talking about beat me to the answer. Let's do this. So there are a couple of people we're dealing with. The grader, I have 70 times, it's going to be 6. I got 420 problems to grade for this. I'm going to go through each one. The grader wants to just see the answer. Once you have the answer, put it in the box so that the grader sees it. These are hit or miss. Either they're right or wrong. It's hard to give partial credit. So make sure you're double checking over these very carefully when you're going through them. Number one, solving for x.
I have the answer.
X equals?
X equals -12.
No.
X equals.
So, just because
Well, I do
you want to get,
the
do
negatives
we want to get
is
rid of
every
that
time
plus
you're
sign?
supposed to-
You want to get it rid of
X
what?
is next to 10.
The 10, right?
Opposite of
You want to get
zero
it to
is
-10.
So you add
subtract
10.
10 from both sides.
You're currently subtracting 10. The 10 has a negative in front of it.
Oh, I thought that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so then you add 10 to both sides. Good.
Then
Yes.
it is -22.
No, it's
No.
8.
You add 10 to both sides. I'm sorry?
No,
Oh, well, you should probably just use this. This was right where you were.
Oh, yeah,
If this is still working. Let me give you a pencil. Is that okay? We need to add 10 to both sides.
So it's just 12. And negative 12.
You're going to have to get a calculator for sure. And everyone should have a calculator just to double check their arithmetic. The bottom line is people are not doing this arithmetic with integers well enough. That is a fact. And so if you are going to rely, and this is to everyone, if you're going to rely only on your ability to add integers, you're going to get wrecked. So please have a calculator ready to go for this test. 10 plus -2 is 8. The answer is 8. I'll take questions on that. So everybody knows exactly what to do. Everyone added 10, which is great, right? And so this has been my only worry, is doing this arithmetic. -2 plus 10 is 8.
That my worry is
Yeah.
the word problems.
Okay, good.
Stuff.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is what we have to do today and the next week. We're going to just figure out what worries us the most and make sure that we have it down. Okay, good. Number 2, we're solving for n. There's a positive 20. We're going to subtract 20 on both sides.
So n equals 1.
What's 20 minus 20?
0.
0 equals -n. And so what's n?
0.
For sure. Good, good. They need you for a picture today.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Number 3,
So we add 1.
add 1 to both sides. A is 4. What I'm going to do very simply is next week I'm going to go into the software, press the regenerate button. It's going to move letters around and numbers and give you very similar problems. Okay.
So,
So,
quick question.
yep.
So there's a symbol or an equal sign to the left of A and a minus symbol to the right. I thought it was 1, but like they're both the same distance away from A. So why did we choose 1?
Why did we choose
Why did we choose to eliminate 1?
instead of 3?
Yeah.
That's a great question. So thank you for your question. So we have this, right? We have this equation, right? And what we're trying to do is solve for A, right?
Yeah.
So what we want to do is say A equals something.
Yeah.
Or we want to say something equals A. Either way, we want to get A by itself.
Yeah.
Okay. So we want to get A alone on one of the sides of the equal sign. We want to get A by itself, either on the left or on the right. And so looking at number 3, we could say, well, look, there's A. I could get it by itself if I get rid of the -1. So I get rid of the 1 by adding 1 to both sides. Yeah. So I want to get A by itself. So if I'm moving the 3, right, the 3 moves to the right, and then now A has the -1 on that side, it has the -3 on that side, but you want to get A by itself. So thank you, that's a great question. So for number 4, this N, we want to get by itself.
This one.
So you need to get -1. You need to subtract 1 on both sides. Here's where people might get confused. -N is equal to what number? Subtract 1 on both sides?
12.
12. And so what's N?
N equals 12.
Not 12. If -N is 12, what's N?
-12.
-12. That's right. You need to put the negative on the other side.
Wrong number 4.
Thank you.
So for like a subtraction, I put add +1 instead of subtraction.
Oh, that's a great question. So you need to do the opposite of what the 1's doing. That 1 is a +1. It's a +1. Yeah. It's +1 minus N. So to get rid of it, you need to subtract 1. You need to do the opposite. You need to cancel out that 1 by putting -1. Yeah. Number 5.
So we multiply.
Yes, you do multiply by 10. Yes, and it's good. You stretched me out the whole. It came out so slowly. I was just like, say it. I'm currently dividing P by 10. To get P by itself, you multiply both sides by 10. Right? Multiply by 10. P is 200.
20. Yeah.
P is 200. Yeah. I got N sitting there with the 17 right next to it. That 17 has to go by.
N.
What do you do to both sides? You divide by 17. Right, so the same reason you multiply by 10, you're going to divide both sides by 17. I think that goes evenly. Is that 6? Right, calculator. Yeah. Try 7 and 8.
It's -6, right?
Yep, -6. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. How would you do number 7? How would you do number 7? What would you do to both sides?
Okay, since there's no,
Go
I
ahead.
have to multiply because there's no symbol.
That's right.
13
Yeah.
times 208.
Oh, that's good. So you're currently multiplying by -13, and now you want to get rid of it. So you do the opposite of multiplying.
So that's dividing.
Right, you're going to divide by
I
-13.
didn't bring a calculator today. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. So you'll have one when it counts. I have set these all up so they do go evenly. 208 over 13.
16.
Is it 16?
Yes.
-16. So the grader is going to care about the minus sign, right? If you write 16, so I'm going to have an internal civil war. I'm going to get to the problem. The answer is going to be -16. I'll look at the problem. You will have written 16. What do you want me to do?
Mark it like half points off.
Half points?
Like some points off.
But it's not right.
It's not right.
But what
This is a different
You see what's on
number.
my shoulder? See, I got one side that's like, it's okay, get half credit. The other side is like, no, it's wrong. It's wrong.
But but it's 16.
The answer is -16.
But like divided by.
But it's a totally different number on the number line.
Yeah.
It's still, but.
But it's not.
Now you see the problem I go through. Now imagine if all that was in one head. That's the problem I have, right? So the real answer is just don't get it wrong. Get it right.
Don't.
All right? Just get it right. Okay, excellent. Number 8. I got to get rid of this -8. I'm currently multiplying -8 times n. So now I'm going to.
So there's going to be division since.
That's right.
Wait, this is also a -64. Will it add up to a total of like a positive number at the end?
That's right.
Which one? So 8 divided by 64.
64 divided by 8.
16 is 32. 32, 64. So that has to be 8.
It is
Okay.
8. That is beautiful. Whatever you did.
Wait,
It's
what
beautiful. I have no idea what you just did. But it was
Basically,
beautiful.
if you learn how to count by an in particular number, you can go all the way up. So
But you
I
skipped
can't-
some.
I can't exactly skip a number. Well, I'm not good with like 8.
You never said 56.
I know.
Okay.
But basically, what I start doing to make things go quicker is that, so I go 8 and 8 is 16.
Yeah.
If you know that 16 and 16 is going to be 32, you know that you don't have to count the rest of it. You keep on doing that until you just kind of stop at the right number.
Yeah. I got you. I got you. Go ahead.
Cause that's 6, man.
Say it again.
That's 6 right there, by the 8.
Where?
Right there.
What number are you talking about?
8.
Thank you. For number 8, go ahead.
There's a 6 like right, just like a. What does that mean?
This?
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Oh, I thought.
Ignore it.
Okay.
Okay. That's my fault. I should use an eraser. That's completely my fault. Sometimes it's not obvious what to just not pay attention to. Okay. All right, let's roll through these. Number 9, what are you going to do with the 9?
Multiply it.
Multiply, 63. All right, I'm going to raise the level for number 10. It's a 2-step problem. The previous ones we've been doing were all 1-step. This is a 2-step problem. I need to subtract the 8 first and then multiply by the 4 after.
Wait. Why don't you do the 4 first so it's closer?
People. Oh, great. So the closest things to B, we get rid of last.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, if whatever's holding on to B closest, we're going to get rid of them at the end. We get rid of all the stuff that's farther away from B first.
When was this? We did.
So you
do
need
that. We didn't do that on number 9.
Absolutely. Number 9, the 9 was right next to P. There's nothing else to move. So if that was P over 9 plus 12, we would move the 12 and then move the 9.
All right. But
So yeah. So for 10, we're going to subtract 8 on both sides.
Of 4 or
Wait.
10. Dang it. Yeah. I did.
From 10 on the other side. This is good. When you move an 8, you're only moving it to the other side of the equal sign. The 8 and the 4 don't talk, right? So the 8 moves over here. It talks to the 10, becomes a 10 minus 8 is
So what are we basically?
10 minus 8 is 2.
2. Go ahead. Are you okay? So then this is
Yeah.
2 equals B over 4. And then it becomes a problem that we know how to do.
Oh,
So-
okay, I guess.
Since there's no symbol, you have to add. Sorry, multiplication.
Good. B
times
equals.
4 times 2 is 8.
Excellent.
B equals.
Subtract 8. Multiply by 4. Having said that, for 11, how would you solve it? How would you get rid of this negative 6?
Would you?
Make
you
it,
add.
Make it top to the 9.
You add 6
Yep.
to both sides.
Perfect. Oh my goodness. Now here's the other thing. The other thing is, so for us, this is due on April 11th. We got all this time. Get to it quick. How did I get K by itself here?
You got.
Divide.
I'm currently dividing by 3.
No, multiply.
Yeah, K equals negative 9. Multiply both sides by 3.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Okay, sorry, I didn't see the negative sign.
Yeah. 12 is slightly different. I need to unravel the n. That pesky 16's down there. How do I get rid of that first? This has to go.
You multiply those.
Multiply by 16.
And do you do that to the 1 or?
Absolutely, to both sides.
So-
16 equals
Usually
16 times 1 equals
Usually
16.
like
7 times
yeah,
16.
for problems like
So-
No, you don't multiply the 7 times 16.
Oh.
Yeah, just
Divide.
multiply.
Do we have
No,
divide?
you don't do, no, the 16 just moves to the other side. And there's no 16 anymore on the right hand side.
So it's just basically 1, 7, and 9.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Alright.
you're going to say?
So there's an A, so which means we're going to have to take away 7. Because
Perfect.
negative 7.
Perfect.
Take away 7 from 11, there should be negative 6.
That's a 16.
Oh, wait, but, okay, let's see.
9. 16 minus 7 is 9. 13. Trying to get p by itself. It's negative 2. I need to move that.
So do we're adding 2
We do
to
add 2 to
0.
both sides. That's right. P over 2 is equal to 2. That is right. Multiply both sides by 2. P is equal to 4. $14. Yeah. Gotta add 10 to both sides.
So when we get to n above 2
Yep.
Equals negative 6.
Yep.
We want to we multiply by 2 and then it's negative 12.
That's exactly right. I didn't give you any more of these. Okay, great. Then proportions. Let me take any questions about the first 14. Again, 1.5 points of problem. Yeah, we're just doing the opposite operations, right? So if you see a minus sign, you need to add it. See a plus sign, you need to subtract it. If you're multiplying, then divide. If you're dividing, then multiply. Proportions are cross multiplying. The game is to cross multiply. Number 15, you have 2 fractions that are equal. This means that 6 times n equals 9 times 2. 6n equals 18, and we know how to solve that. Thank you, that's a good question. 6 times, so you do this times this equals this times that. 6 times n equals 9 times 2. 6n equals 18.
18 times 6, or do I do the
We
opposite?
you're always doing the opposite.
Alright, so 6 divided by 18.
18 divided by 6.
6 is 12, so 3.
For sure. The answer can be funky, and that's okay. 4 times 3 equals v times 7. 7v. 12 equals 7v. What's v? What do you do to both sides?
Okay, hold on. Well, I'm gonna try this in my head the best I can.
Don't make it too hard. V equals. What do you do to both sides?
Well, you divide by 7.
V is 12 over 7.
Oh wait, you said that.
The grader is going to love that.
I don't know why it's implemented in my head that I.
Have to do all these other things? Oh, yes.
You just leave it like that.
You leave it like that.
Oh, okay.
So good. I'm glad people know what to do. They're just getting caught up with social anxiety about how to write the answer. So sure, 12 over 7 works. 1 5/7 works. I don't want any decimals, right? So either 12 over 7 or 1 5/7, and no one really likes 1 5/7 anymore. 17. Beat me to the answer.
Wait, so
4.
since v. No, wait, do you do 8 times 2 first? Or.
Yeah, that's fine. 8 times 2 is 16 equals.
Alright. And 8 times 16. That's 16. Now we're going to have to do 16.
No.
No, 4 divided by 16.
So
16, yes, so 4v. It is 4.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, it is.
Perfect.
Well, we'll even do that.
Stop.
Let's draw those inequalities. Let's burn through them.
Wait, what is greater than
Uh-huh.
or less than
All right, okay, great, thank you. So then here, this one's greater
My
than.
old teacher taught me this.
Yeah.
She told me Pac-Man.
Yeah, they told me crocodile, and the crocodile wants a bigger animal.
Yeah.
That's right.
Exactly.
They told me
That's
Pac-Man
right.
was more than cookies.
Okay, I love it. I love it.
Robert, what school have you went to?
That is great.
Pac-Man wants. Pac-Man eats pellets. Little itty bitty pellets.
All right, now we had agreed that left is less, right is more. Okay.
So I'm gonna be honest, I forgot all of them.
Okay, that's why we're here. That is why we're here. I'm glad that's on tape. That's good. So, all right. So the first thing you do is you go to -6. You go to the number that's being presented. There we go, -6. And then you have to determine whether you need to color it in or not. Should we color this one in?
What? Why would you color
Yes,
it in?
you would. Because if there's an equal to sign there.
But if there isn't,
Then you leave it open. That's right.
I don't know.
Make it, write that down somewhere. Yeah, write it on the paper. I'm not taking it. All right. Write it down somewhere. Okay, and so now, is the symbol I'm looking at, is that less than symbol or the greater than symbol?
Less than.
Less than. Less means less. Less means, of course, less, but it also means left. You shade to the left.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you better be sorry.
You shade to the left. Questions about 18? All of these less than -6. Less than or equal to. All right, 19, go to 5. There's 5.
Just open.
I'm going to leave that circle open. And then tell me about all of the A's I need to shade. Is 5 bigger than those A's or 5 less than those A's?
It's
Bigger. Less.
5 is less than all those
The
A's.
cookies, Robert.
That's right. So is
Where's
Pac-Man...
the cookies?
That's right. So I need all the numbers that are bigger than 5, or 5 is to the left of all the numbers. I just wrote it right here. Yeah, it's right here. It's right here.
Oh, okay.
5 is to the left of all the numbers.
So we shade to the right because it's less than 6, 7.
That's correct. That's right. And that's that's beautiful from 2 weeks ago where.
So when it go left?
Yes, this is a good question. So I'm going to talk about this in 3 ways at least. Okay, so the first way I want to talk about is by example, right? So here's the 5, right? We have a choice. Are we picking over here or are we picking over here? And so we could check 7. Does 7 solve this? Is 5 less than 7?
Yes.
Then it's on that side. Then it's on that side. Right? That's one way to think about it. 5 is less than 7. So we're looking for all the A's that are 5 or less than that. In other words, we're looking for all the numbers bigger than 5.
I'm gonna work.
So you can
on
always
what's
just check.
bigger than 5.
Yeah, what's bigger than 5? Yeah. What is it? Yeah. So it's either on the left or the right, and you need to pick. Now, so the first way you can do it is always just by taking an example, knowing that it has to be one side or the other. The other way to think about it is to say, okay, what is the statement trying to say? It's saying that 5 is less than the ones I want to shade. 5 is to the left of all of the ones I shade. And so all the stuff I shade should be on the right of 5, right? So you can do it by example or just translate, right? That makes sense? Yes? Is that okay? Okay. 20. 0 will zero in on 0, and I'm not going to say a word.
Wait.
Don't say anything.
I got
Just shade what you think the answer is. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Am I going to shade on the left of 0? Am I going to shade on the right of 0? Which side?
Greater.
No.
I'm not saying yet. So we can try. So take an example. Wherever you shaded, take one of those numbers and ask, is that number less than 0? is the place you shade less than 0? You know, let's just take an example. Am I going to shade over there where 20 is? Am I going to shade over there where -3 is? Shade all the places to the left of 0. Left, right?
Yeah.
Correct? Left,
Yes.
correct. Okay. Excellent.
That's what you always do.
It's over here. All right. Redemption. We're going to redeem ourselves. Tricky. -6 is bigger than A. As you know, I'm going to go and I'm going to press the regenerate button, and it's going to give me a whole new set of 4 problems for your test. And so you might see one like 21, where -6 is bigger than the ones I want to shade. -6 is to the right of all of the shading. -6 is to the right. So yeah, I'm going to put -6. I'm going to circle it. Am I going to shade that one in? Am I going to shade the -6 in? No, I'm not. I'm going to leave that as a circle. And then now I need to decide whether I'm shading to the right or to the left of -6. Here's -6. -6 is bigger than all the shading. -6 is to the right of all the shading.
Quick question. So since this is going to be an at-home test, this is an open book test?
It is.
So I can look back at this work.
And watch the video too.
I can do that?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, now I'm not worried anymore.
Okay, good.
I thought I had to memorize
Just do
it.
it. Just do it. No, just do it.
He said, I forgot. He said it. It's not this one. He said it.
I'm handing it out next week.
Yeah.
I'm going to hand it, so we're going to do one more practice and I'm going to hand out the test, and then it's due when you come back, which is the 11th of April. Write those inequalities now. 22 says, looks like I'm going to shade. Looks like there's a 4.
You laid it out. So
there's a 4, and all the numbers A are all these numbers bigger than or less than this number?
it's less.
Or is less?
Questions?
Or is
What?
greater than X?
That's right.
Okay,
So
but it would-
we're
yeah.
saying the same thing. I have to take both of those. That's right. I prefer writing A is less than 4. She likes writing
Hey, I like it.
4 is greater than A. They're the same thing. The grader hates that because the grader actually has to be paying attention. So, so the grader has to be well aware that both of those are okay as the answer.
Yes, that is his job.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. The grader has, again, hundreds of problems to grade here.
Oh.
I think I got the next one.
23. No, finish. 23, 24, 25. Do them. Do them. Do them. Do them. Do them. We're halfway there, roughly. So I'll write these down. Oh, all these are open. There are no equal to signs. You all lucked out. There's a 0.
Oh, that would
It's a
mess me up
-1.
for a second. I just realized that.
Okay. Simple X Q M. Does it matter the letter? All right.
So I have these down. Now I'm not worried about these are what I'm worried about now.
Okay, so
80 to 37.
we'll knock them out
I don't know.
one by one. Okay, 23. X is
Oh, A is less than.
A is less than 0, or of course you don't have to ask. And then 24. What's 24?
One is greater than A.
I'm worried about 24.
Wait, no. One is less than A, sorry.
1 is less than A, or A is bigger than 1. That's right. So let me write this just in case you weirdos like to write it this way. 1 is less than A. Yeah. I always write it in terms of the shading, but it's okay. 1 is less than A is perfect. 25.
X is less than -1.
Yeah. Okay, we gotta work on these.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so yeah, so you write the number down, and then wherever. So the way that I do it, and then I need someone else because some of you all do this differently than me. So I write down the number. It's -1 in this case, right? So -1, and then I see that I need to write the letter, and the letter represents where you're shading,
Okay.
and all this stuff is less than -1 because it's to the left. So for this one here, there's the number 1. I'm gonna write there's the number 1. I'm gonna write X over here, and here are all the X's, and they're all to the right of 1, which means that they're greater. Here's 4. I'm gonna put here's 4. I'm gonna put X here, and all these numbers are to the left of 4, and so it's less. That's what would you like to hear someone else explain how they do it, or is that okay?
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Did you get your book photo? Yeah, were you like, reads them out?
My daughter loves that thing. She loves to look at you all. She'll get them. She's 6, and so she's like, "Who is that?" And I get to tell stories about you. It's great. It's wonderful. Yeah. That's right. No, because like she can read people's names, right? So. So all of you have reasonable names. Although she'll struggle with Lorelai, but she watches Gilmore Girls, so she'll know. Yeah, she'll know. She'll be shocked. She was like, Lorelai, really? You know. So
Love that.
did you go by something else, right? Did you go by anything else? No. Okay, so it'll be written as Lorelai in the book.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
You guys should see like Conrad's photo.
Cannot
I'm
wait.
also going to see like Sai's.
My
But
photo's
basically,
awesome.
Sai looked a little bit nervous on his.
I don't think
Conrad,
anybody
he
likes
just
their photo,
completely
right?
failed.
So
No,
okay.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna my
Silent-
No.
Conrad, he just failed.
What was he doing?
He was like.
Yeah, okay. I can't wait to see it. All right, 26 formula: new minus old divided by the old,
I don't know
right?
how to do this.
So
I
it's
like
just
to forgot.
80
divided
minus. No, you gotta subtract first. 80 minus 37 over 80.
Wait,
80 minus 37.
All over 80.
hold on.
I don't know what 80.
It's the subtract the two numbers and divide by the old number.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
Two minus old divided by old.
The old.
Wait,
Yeah.
I have a note on it. Forgot about that one.
So 43 divided by 80.
That's right. And then times 100. They want a percentage.
Oh.
And then move the decimal point over. 100 minus 96 divided by 100 times 100. So this is all calculator, yep.
53
Take the amount.
53 point, how many decimal places? Just to one decimal place.
Wait, 7?
Oh, that 7 rounds up to an 8 if you told me 75.
Wait, so
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
what we do? 100.
43 divided by 80, what'd you get?
I forgot what I put. I just put it.
Okay, 43 divided by 80. You were saying?
So wait, we subtract 80
Minus
from
37.
37 and then divide that
By-
by the original.
Yeah, that's correct.
I
And
got
multiply by 100.
1.860.
No way. For number 26?
No, like. Wait, 26?
Yeah.
But that's not my answer. Just the decimal.
What? So let's walk through this very carefully. What is 80 minus 37?
About 43.
Okay, you have that on the calculator right now?
Put it on top.
Yeah, 80 minus 37
43.
divided by
Divided by
80.
80.
Brother, 80 minus
Oh, I got it.
37. Okay, divided by 80. Okay, what'd you get?
0.537.
Perfect. Times 100.
53.75.
Yeah.
Why does this always happen to like I do it like here, like when you're talking, but like when I do it on my own, I just get like.
I know, that's why I want you to do the next one very carefully. Do it step by step. Subtract. And so this is what all this stuff means. Subtract, get the answer, divide by 100, get the answer, multiply by 100.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
What just happened to this?
Oh, this is just loose, the HDMI cord. It's kind of, yeah. And tell me what you get. Let's do 27 on our own.
Oh God, sorry. Just remembered something.
What do we get?
Maybe I'm supposed to do multiplication
Wait,
first
so it's
after
like
that.
100 minus,
So
96. Get that. What's that?
which is 4.
Divided by 100.
I got
4 divided by.
4 divided by 100 gave us this.
And then times 100.
Wait, I was right.
Oh yeah, times
Times 100.
4.
The answer is 4. Thank you. Yeah. So just keep going. Just do it. Just do it. Okay. So now I want us to answer the question. So the answer to number 26, the grader is going to be looking for this for 26. A 53.8% decrease.
What?
That's the answer to 26. A 53 point, the number decreased from 80 to 37. It's a 53.8% decrease. A 53.8% decrease. 27 is a 4% decrease. I want to be clear about something. The grader is marking anything else wrong. If you don't write the word decrease, it's wrong.
Oh. Can we do one where it goes 80 to, let's just say 90?
Sure.
Something where it's increased.
Absolutely. But I want to be clear that the answer to this is 53.8% decrease. 4% decrease.
We have to write 4% decrease, I think.
State if it is an increase or decrease. You have to write whether it's an increase or a decrease. Yeah. So if it went from 80 to 90, right? Let's do that. From 80 to 90. Right? Then we're talking about 90 minus 80 over 80 times 100. 90 minus 80 divided by 80 times 100, a 12.5% increase.
Oh, okay.
A
Wait,
12.5%
this is an
increase.
off-topic question, but why is there a -2
Where?
just all by itself over there on the screen? I've seen that in every single
You
math
and
problem.
Robert with a negative.
Where?
twos.
Oh, sorry, -2. I'm sorry.
Where?
So you know where on the bottom it says like 2018 yada yada.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Wait a minute, mine has a -3. What?
Oh,
Where you?
Mine has a negative.
You have a
three,
negative. Why is that a -2?
Oh.
It's a dash to dash.
Because it's page 2.
Oh, it's just
And ours is page 3.
it's just that there's like
Okay.
it's just kind of like stuck in between. Just
Yeah, no, they want to make sure that they put down who made the software, and it just covers the page number. Yeah.
it just looks like it's your unfinished answer or something.
No, it's just counting the page. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, we can get a different one.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I
Don't have
remember
the
Robert.
calculator.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm basically
Alright,
a
let's
jack.
get it out.
Yeah, screwed.
So here's what we got to do. Discount
Discount you.
So funny.
$269.95. 5% discount multiplied by what? 0.95.
Pat,
Wait.
do you always multiply by 0.95?
You multiply by 100% minus the discount.
So 100%
Minus 5% is 95%.
Oh, that's all you have to do.
That's all you got to do.
Just 100 times the discount?
100 minus the discount. Yeah, 100 minus the discount. Just multiply by 100 minus the discount. And oh my goodness, you all were not hearing this the first time I said this.
No, I did hear you.
No, people like the other way. Take 5% and then subtract it off. You can do that. You can take
Oh, no,
5% of
gotcha.
that, subtract it off, or you can just take 95% of the thing, and that's the answer.
So like, so
It's 100 minus the discount.
Yep.
so you got the number. So what's the whole point?
So now this is just now all the calculator. So then just put that in the calculator. What is $269.95 times 95%? So then we're talking about 269.95 times
So
0.95. This thing is now going to be on sale for $256.45.
so
Yeah.
That's the discount?
That is how much the new price.
That's the new.
So
Yeah.
And now we just,
And that's the answer.
oh,
256.45. Go ahead.
so once we get the amount and you have both of those numbers, you multiply. What do you do with them?
Yeah, you're multiplying.
Okay. So
$269.95 times 0.95. Yeah,
And that's it.
that's the answer.
Okay.
Yeah, because all it's saying is, so here's the reasoning. The reasoning is that when you take 5% off, you're left with 95%. We're asking how much is left.
Okay.
A 5% discount means you're taking
Do we have
95%
to
of what you have.
increase or decrease here? Like,
No, that's the new price. That's it.
Okay.
How would you do 29? I'm going to take $499.50 and multiply by what?
90.
90.
Whew, my goodness, that's right. And that's the game. Western.
Wait, I thought it was 90, not 9.
0.9 is the same thing as 0.90.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Excellent. And whatever that is when you put that in the calculator. Okay. All right. That's for a discount. So notice that for a discount, I took the 100% and I subtracted it off. Discount. Now I'm about to mark up. So I'm not going to take off of the 100%. I'm going to add on to the 100%. $49.50 times 170%, 1.7. Oh no.
oh no.
Let's plug this in.
So like you add like.
You add the 0.7 to the 100. So it's 1.7.
Robert's selling Lamborghinis. They're the price he bought it for. He was like, they're the same price we bought it for.
Questions there?
The store is going to make no profit.
Let's put that in the calculator. We're multiplying by 1.7.
And then we multiply this as well, the two numbers.
$49.50 times 1.7. So again, logically and intuitively, for discounts, the number should go down. For markups, the number should go up. We're going to sell this thing for $84.15.
And the original price was?
Was $49.50.
Oh.
But if we're going to mark up that much, that's how much it's going to be. $84.15. Tell me how this is going to be. Same thing, right? $14.50 times 1.7. Questions on that? Marking up.
Wait, what's the answer to number 29?
Oh, thank you. 29. Oh, I didn't.
I just need to see the answer to see if I got it right.
Okay, so yeah, let's do the calculation. It's $499.50, and we marked it up. How much? I marked it discount. How much? 90%. Okay, so times 0.9. That. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. That was 29. 32 tax. It's just a markup. You just need to make sure you do the right multiplication. $41.50. 1% is not 1.1. It's 1.01. $49.50. 1.02. That's the multiplication we're doing. So just put that in the calculator, figure out what that is, and that's the game. That's the game. Questions about markups, discounts, taxes?
I think I got it.
Yeah, so do I. So do I. Oh, we're gonna wreck these. Oh my goodness. The product of n and 6 is equal to 45.
So, so it's a fraction.
Product means multiply.
Multiply. So n times 6
6n
is equal to 45.
equals 45. Questions? 12 increased by y?
12 plus y.
12 plus y. Questions? The difference of n and 6?
That is
Answer
minus.
N minus 6 is dead on right, all three of you. Half of 16. 16 over
2.
2.
Substitute my shine, Robert.
Let's get it. The difference of n and 4 is equal to 22.
Difference.
And subtract
Was that
4 is equal to
divide?
22.
That's right.
What?
All right, roll through them. Roll through them. Good. Oh, so this section will eat up all these free points. Oh my goodness. Not one wrong. 34 through 43. Yeah. When you cube something, you raise it to the third power. V cubed is v to the third power. Is means equals.
V.
Times means multiply.
Wait, I get what cube is, all that. Why is it saying is 20?
V to the third power equals 20.
So the, okay.
V to the third power equals 20. Is means equals. M squared is just m
with
to the
little
second.
two on the side.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yay, yay.
44 through 48, distribute.
I don't know. I don't even remember doing this.
Say it again?
Isn't it where you do, like, you get the...
I'm sorry, go
Do we
ahead.
have to answer it, or can we just do 10x minus 70?
Yes, the answer is 10x minus 70. That's it. Yeah.
You said the
10 times x
10 times f
is 10x.
is...
10 times 7 is 70.
What?
Wait.
Well, what
What
happens to
you
the
just
x?
talking-
What happens to the x?
The x is with the 10.
Oh, so it's just regular 70.
So this is good.
I don't get it yet.
Okay, good. That's fine. So you multiply the 10 and the x and the 10 and the 7. This 10 times x is 10x. You just leave it like that. And then 10 times 7 is 70. So the answer is 10x minus
So
7.
basically, you just multiply.
Each one. You multiply each one by 10.
70.
Yep. $45. Negative 10 times 5x.
Wait, why wouldn't you do the parentheses first? Isn't that just...
Oh, because they don't talk. There's nothing to do. X and 7 don't combine.
No, it's 5 and 1, right?
5x minus 1 don't talk either.
But couldn't you add 1 to both
Well,
sides?
we can-
and
There's
it-
no equal sign. There's no both sides. You're just multiplying.
Okay, what about 47? There's something to do there.
There's no equal sign in 47.
But there's not always have...
Go ahead.
There doesn't always have to be... You have to... Okay.
Well, take a look. All I want you to do is take the minus 10 and multiply it times
This like
everything
goes
inside.
against PEMDAS.
Right. So this is good. So PEMDAS is if you can come. So you're right. If I had negative, so this is good. So if I had 5, right, times 2 plus 3, right, I would add the 2 and the 3 first, right, and it'd be 5 times 5, which is 25, right?
Uh-huh.
Perfect. That's right. So that's because the 2 and the 3 can talk, but they can't talk here. with ours, right? So what we'll do instead is we'll do this. We'll say, well, 5 times 2 is 10, right?
Yeah.
5 times 2 is 10, and 5 times 3?
15.
And 10 plus 15 is the same 25.
Nice bend.
So you can so you can distribute the 5 through and multiply each thing by 5. And that's all we're asking here, is to multiply each thing by negative 10 in this case. Yeah. So negative 10 times 5 is negative 50x, and negative 10 times negative 1 is 10. I feel like we might not have practiced this enough.
Yeah,
I don't even
remember
seeing
doing
this.
this.
Excellent. Then I will not cover this. We'll remove this then. Okay. So we'll just put a no to this. Okay. And we'll come back to it.
Just no.
Just be gone.
All right. PEMDAS.
Yes! Oh, I'm failing you.
No, brother. No. You've been with us the whole time. No. There's only one person who hates PEMDAS. I love him, but I don't know why he hates PEMDAS. But
So it's like a form of evaluation for these
So
problems
PEMDAS is
or elimination
It's like a rule.
that somebody always requires.
PEMDAS, you remember PEMDAS? No? Okay, great. So you have a choice to either join the 3 of them or him in loving PEMDAS. You can't even be indifferent. Either you love it or you hate it, right? So PEMDAS is just an order of operations. So when you come across, suppose I gave you, I'm going to give you 10 apples, right?
Yeah.
And then somebody comes across and gives you 6 boxes with 2 apples each.
Yeah.
How many apples do you have total?
6. Should I just solve that problem?
Yep.
When you do 6 times 2
First, you would.
6 times 2, which is
12 plus 10, that's right. And so what you've done is you've decided to multiply before you add, right? And so there's an acronym for how you should go in order of the operations. And so that's why here multiplication comes before addition, right? So you should do what's in the parentheses first, parentheses, then do the exponents, then multiply or divide depending upon which one comes first, and then you add or subtract depending upon which one comes first.
Oh yeah,
So-
I don't like this.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Everybody likes to write left to right, like how you read. Nobody likes to start in the middle
To be
and
honest,
go
all you have
around.
to do is just remember
When
that
is
you
like-
always have to do division first.
When it's like the same,
That's
like,
all I do.
Well, actually, I'm really indifferent. It's like
Really?
do it or I
Okay, well let's see about the ones we have. 49.
Basically, just
Yeah, go
remember
ahead.
you're supposed to do division
when it's the
first.
same
Like, six-
equation, like,
6 divided by 2.
this number 49 says plus, right?
Yeah.
So, like, it's left to right, since it's the same equation?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Wait, is it?
You could do it in any order if they're all the same. No, if it's just
Oh, that's
adding,
wrong.
you can add up anything however you
Oh,
want.
that's right.
Because it's just adding. Yeah. Number 49, 5 plus 3 plus 4. 5 plus 3 plus 4.
Okay, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Excellent. See? No problem.
Yeah, because there was no order.
Number 50. There's some nice parentheses there. We do those first.
But
6.
The
6.
55.
Absolutely correct.
I can do all of these. 55, I'm gonna get upset.
No, 55 you're not. Brother, it's going to be great.
So many parentheses.
No, but you just take your time. It's okay. So it looks like we should be able to just roll through these until we get to
What does
55.
the E stand for?
Exponents. Well, I'm not going to even give you any exponents yet.
Yeah, you did. 52.
Wait, where? Oh, that's at the end. No, but that won't be. You won't have to make a decision about whether to do that first or not. 51. 1 plus 6 divided by 2. What do we do
4.
first?
4.
It is 4. 6 divided by 2 is 3.
Don't you guys remember? You
1
have to
plus
do
3
division
is
first.
4.
Oh,
See?
I don't know what's going to happen to them. Yeah?
Don't you guys
Wait, isn't
remember?
it 52 an exponent?
Yeah, but that's at the end. So I'm talking about doing like 3 times 2 to the 5th. Right? That, yeah, where you have to decide which one to do first. I'm going to be clear about 51. Okay, so wait, what? The grader would love to see this. The grader would love to see those 2 lines, right? Because then the grader knows that you've done the division first. The grader wants to see that you're using PEMDAS correctly. Although if you write 4, there's really no other way to get 4 other than dividing first. It would be, again, as you're taking tests through your career, again, this system's so messed up where we just test you. So in this system of testing, there's going to be some person who's human who is grading your test, and oh my goodness, depending upon who this person is and if they know who you are, they're going to grade you differently based on who you are sometimes, right? So your job is unfortunately to write a test and answer questions so that no matter who grades it, they're just like, I can't do anything with this. It's absolutely right? Okay, 52.
That should be an
I
A++.
got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
About 52.
Yeah,
Wait.
do the inside first.
52. I did the inside.
4 minus 3 is
1.
1 to the second.
But I always get confused because like it's like 1 plus 1 plus 1.
No, to the second power means you're multiplying. It's 1 times 1.
One time. So it's 1.
Yep. To the second power is just multiplying it by itself.
That's a negative.
53.
53.
See, okay, wait.
3 plus 2 plus 3 minus 5.
So that's
3.
5, 8, 8, and then 3.
Answer is 3.
3. How'd you get 3?
Brother, for 53, 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 minus 5 is 3.
No, because okay, first I did addition and then like
Go ahead. Go
You do
ahead.
all the addition first.
you do all the addition first, right?
Yes, go ahead. What'd you get?
Oh, cause I got confused because sometimes I don't do all the addition. I just go to addition then subtraction. But now I know to do all the addition.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So tell me what you did before.
Cause I kind of just plus 3 plus 2 and
Yep.
I just did subtraction first. But I was supposed to do it.
So what subtraction did you do? You did 3 plus 2, that's 5, and then you did what?
5 minus 3.
Okay, great. So yeah, that minus sign doesn't move, right? It sticks with that 5.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, good.
Crazy.
54.
Seven.
Absolutely. 54 is 7.
You did that so fast. I was like, what?
That's right. 55.
Okay, wait.
Carefully.
Okay, those are all
Step by
starting
step.
with 12
Oh, yes.
divided by negative 6. So, negative 2. Negative 2.
Parentheses first, right?
Negative 2.
See, the problem is you all don't want to take your time in this. What'd you get?
5 times 2 is 10.
I'm worried.
10 minus 6 is 4.
Yeah,
4 minus 2 is 2. 2 divided by 12 is 6.
The answer is
You know,
6.
I was like,
That's
Boom.
absolutely correct.
Hey, you did it.
That's 10
Not yours,
minus
yeah.
6 minus 2. That's 12 divided by 10 minus 6 minus 2 is 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6.
Look who loves fun offs.
I
It's
like-
not fun.
I like you guys.
Yeah, that's 3, basically.
I love it. And I just got 56 done.
What's 56?
11.
3 plus 1, 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 minus 2 is 11.
See, no, I don't have a problem with those.
How about
the ones
57?
we're doing before were so
Ooh,
much
57 looks
harder.
interesting.
Really?
No, you had like
What's
the
that zero stuck in there? Which
parentheses
means I
and
can't
you
do
had
addition
everything.
first.
I had everything. Okay, they were harder than these. That's
So
true.
I'm gonna have to do this.
So wait, we'd start to the right and go to the left. And we'd start with 6 and 5, which is 1,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Minus 1.
And then, since addition's better than subtraction, it'd be 4. 4 minus 2 is 2.
No, but that's take the negative with you.
One is
Wait,
16.
there's a negative there?
It's a negative 1 right here.
All right, I got the answer for number 57.
Oh,
What'd you get?
19.
19 for 57. I don't know about 19 for 57.
It's a little bit confusing at first when I get into like those double sort of liney thing, whatever things.
It's
Seems-
parentheses.
It is 4.
Huh. I don't know what I did wrong because I had to divide
Let's go through this carefully.
16 into 1, which is 16. And
18
then
plus 1 is
plus 3, which is 19.
Okay, let's do it. All right. What do we do first?
Alright,
6
since
and 5.
division can't be done because everything's
No.
like
So wait,
stuck in
what's
those
the
little
name?
liney things.
So what's
I can't
the
do
name?
division
What's the
first.
name of the acronym?
Liney thingamajig?
What's the name? No. What's
I
the
don't know
name?
what they're called.
It's called PEMDAS. Right? It's
Wait,
called PEMDAS,
the
right?
PEMDAS, yeah.
What's the P stand for?
The P, that is
What
Good.
Roberts?
This is important. It's parentheses.
parentheses.
So you go to the parentheses first.
Yeah, I don't do division first.
Right. So where do you go first?
So I do 15 plus 1, which is 16.
No. You go to the innermost parentheses.
Oh.
The innermost
So you go to the
parentheses. Go to the inner. Where are the innermost parentheses?
6 minus 5.
You go there first. 6 minus 5.
Alright.
All right. So we're not doing
I did
anything.
6 minus 5, which is
Okay. Great.
1.
No,
Okay.
negative 1,
And
right?
then
6 minus 5 is
inside-
1.
And then inside.
No. Give me one moment.
Okay.
We'll do that first and nothing else. Right? Because just like everyone's using a calculator, you all go way too fast in doing these problems. All right? So then, now what do you want to do?
Well, what I did over there is that I looked at the 2 that was kind of trapped in there, and I did 2 minus 1,
Yep.
which was 1,
Yep.
and then
Wait. 15 plus 1 divided by 2 minus 1 is 1 plus 3. Okay, go ahead.
and then what I do is that I see that 15 plus 1 was 16,
16.
and then I divide it by 1.
But isn't the 1 adding the 3?
Well, we finished like doing all of those liney things,
Yeah.
and yeah, the parentheses.
But give me 1 second. There's one more set of parentheses right there. 1 plus 3. It's in parentheses.
Then I do the parentheses next to
Right.
the number.
That's right. So
1,
that's the
which
only
is
issue
4.
you made. Yes.
Then
that's
6
right.
divided by 4.
That's close. It's 16.
Okay, 16 divided by 4. Sorry.
It's okay.
Huh,
So
alright,
it's
so
that. So you divided the 16 by 1 and then added the 3.
I just didn't
Yeah.
see where it exactly ended.
Right. So that's a great point because you have to be very careful about the parentheses. So that's why you all don't have the skill or right to skip steps in this problem. Okay, you just haven't done it yet. Okay, so you all are still making mistakes.
So
and
it's
give me one moment, the only mistakes you're making are skipping steps. Don't skip steps. If you don't skip steps, you'll get this absolutely correct.
Can I help if you wrote PEMDAS out?
Yes, absolutely. Right, and just pay very close attention. That turns to 1. Again, everyone, you wanted to
Oh,
do
sure,
2 steps at
remember
one
that.
time.
I used to
Yeah.
label my things. I put the P, like,
I like
and then I do
I
double
like it.
P's for parentheses.
I like
That
it.
was mandatory.
I like it a lot. That becomes a 1. That became a 1. And then that's 16. That's 4. The answer is 4. Right? You can do each one of these things. And if I told you that you could do this in 4 lines and get it absolutely right, you should take me up on my offer. Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah. Instead of trying to do it in your head, you're going to get it wrong.
That's what
I got
I had to
58.
learn.
Okay, for this one?
58 for, yeah.
Oh, you got number 58. Let's see what number 58 is.
Oh, I haven't
For
even
number
done this
57, I got 4 because I did the division.
Okay,
Now
great.
this time,
Yeah, me too.
I made sure to follow the steps. I went in directly into those little squiggly lines. I forgot what they're called already.
Parentheses.
So inside the parentheses was 6 plus 1, which I did was 7. And then I did the outside parentheses, which were inside those parentheses.
Great.
Point.
Yep,
6 plus 6, which was 12. And then minus 3,
I got
11,
4.
10, 9.
yep. Go ahead.
And then I did 9 minus 7,
Yep,
which was 2.
yep.
And then 8 divided by 2 is 4.
Absolutely correct.
So I got right too.
You
Absolutely
did it!
correct.
See?
Go
Isn't
ahead.
it fun?
No.
What'd you get? Go ahead.
I got like.
No, don't tell me what you got. It's
no,
okay.
No, for 58. No, I was just like a number off.
Okay, tell me what you did.
I looked at it and I did like the deepest.
Yep.
And I got 7.
Go ahead.
And then I got put everything together.
And got what?
12. Because I added.
6. Okay, good. So this is good. So 6 plus 6 minus 3 minus 7. You have that, right? 6 plus 6 minus 3 minus 7. Did you ever have that?
Yeah.
So you do have that.
For the first one.
Okay, so what is 6 plus 6?
Got 12.
What's 12 minus 3?
12 minus 2. I didn't. Wait. Left to right, right?
Yeah, we're working left to right. That's right. So you got 6.
Yeah, 9 minus 3. That's my answer because I did all that.
Wait 1 second. 6 plus 6 is 12, right?
Yeah, 9.
Okay, so 12 minus 3 is 9.
Oh, okay, I see that.
Yeah. So yeah, again, there are too many steps going on at one time. Slow down. Everybody, just slow down.
Now I see that too.
For the game.
No, this.
You want to evaluate first?
Wait. Oh, yeah.
Those we can do pretty well, right? All right. Heather bought 7 fancy pens for a total of $28. How much did each pen cost?
Oh, that's.
Add, subtract, multiply, or divide.
She bought 7.
Divide. 28 divided by 7 is $4 each. Each, in this context, means divide. Last Friday, Ashley had $31. Something's about to happen.
Uh-oh.
Over the weekend, she received some money for weeding the garden. She now has $44. How much did she get?
That's $13.
Subtract $13. She now has $44. So the algebra equation is that she took her $31, something was added, and now she has $44, right? So some amount was added. Of course, in order to solve for x, you would subtract 31 on both sides and get 13. Lisa ran 26 miles more than Jack last week. You don't need to be, she didn't say how long she ran them. She just ran more miles.
Oh.
Lisa ran 26 miles more than Jack last week. Lisa ran 36 miles. How much did Jack run? 10, right? So the algebra equation for that is 26 miles, 36 is x plus 26. And so x is 10, subtracting 26 on both sides. John spent half of his weekly allowance playing arcade games. To earn more money, his parents let him mow the lawn for $9. What is his weekly allowance if he ended with $12?
Wait, okay, so. Oh, he spent half. And then minus 9, that's 3, right? No, this 3. Yes, that's 3. So his weekly allowance is 6.
So $6?
Yeah.
So $6, right? He spent half of that. That makes it 3.
3. And then plus 9, that's 12.
Plus 9 is 12. All right. That's very nice. Here's the algebra. Half his allowance plus 9 equals 12. That's an equation we know how to solve. Half his allowance plus the $9 is 12. We'll subtract 9 on both sides. Half of A is 3, and then we'll multiply both sides by 2. A is 6. You had $20 to spend on 2 pencils. After buying them, you had $12. How much did each pencil cost?
Oh, yeah,
$4. How much money did you spend on pencils? $8, and you bought 2.
He bought some like metal pencils.
That's right. All right.
You see Conrad when he doesn't have a pencil?
What?
He never brings pencils.
We've gone the whole way today. I appreciate that. Let's end it. 5 minus -6.
But negative, it's in the squiggly
5 plus
lines.
6. That's right. And it becomes 5 plus 6.
Because 2.
Negatives make it positive. What's 5 plus 6?
Wait,
11.
why?
The answer is 11.
I used to do these all the time and I
No.
Oh, And there's a reason for the parentheses too, but I forget now.
65. 7 minus 4.
We did these at this. I remember what these are, but I can't remember the other half.
65. Thank you. 3. 66. Negative 2 minus negative 5.
Positive.
Positive what?
Positive.
Wait, are we multiplying?
No.
Then why are y'all saying positives and negatives?
Because we have a negative in front of a negative, which makes it a positive. We are multiplying that, yeah.
Oh my God.
It's 3.
So which side does it go to then?
The right.
It always goes to the right.
Yeah.
Okay.
66 is 3. 67. Negative 2 plus 1. That's close.
No,
You subtract.
no,
Do subtract.
no.
It's 2.
Is negative.
It's
It's
negative.
negative 1.
Is
One.
negative 1.
Oh, it's
Negative
negative.
See, two.
68. Negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2. 69. 3 and 70. Negative 2 again. I'm worried about those.
No, I got it. I just
I'm worried
knew that.
about those.
There's something
Well, in the recording there,
the parentheses.